He's going to start singing at me just as I hit record. Hi, everybody. Got Stephen. I got Stephen on with me. He's obviously you just heard, got a great voice, got a side career as a singer, obviously. I didn't know that about you, Stephen. So I've put a Guns N' Roses t-shirt on today. Not the only reason, but we've got a rocking compensation plan here. And we've got the main man on himself because he created it. He's going to explain the power of it. I've got a whiteboard which I've not used for a while in a video, so I thought let's dust it off. Let's get some pens. let's get Stephen to explain it. So Stephen, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Better than the NBA. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Even despite the fact we're moving house and everywhere's a mess, but hey, we overcome. And Stephen's just been showing me he's been drinking not just organic blueberries, wild organic blueberries, and we've just been saying if it can survive in the wild. Well, you didn't do so well in your mixer, did it, by the looks of it? you're smoothie, mate. Right.
We've got one of those vitamin mixers, so it blends it up pretty good.
So let's do this then, Stephen. So I guess first of all, let me sit down again. What we should do is we should just talk about the reason why it's currently, what are we today? We're Monday, I don't even know the date, but we've got basically 7 days to really make an impact with this before a special offer goes away. So do you want to tell everybody why they need to listen to this and get cracking with this now and not hesitate?
Yes, I love, by the way, one of my favorite words in the entire English language is now. Now. I'm a marketer now, right? So real quickly, we'll cover the promotion. And the promotion expires September 25th, midnight Pacific time. So whatever time zone you may be in, September 25th, midnight Pacific time. And what that promotion is simply is you join as a pro member, what we call an affiliate pro member, and you purchase our Money Now product for $100 one time. And we're going to grandfather you for our $500 product. So no money out of pocket. You're going to get our $500 product that has nearly a $4,000 true retail value. Better than getting the product is we're also going to qualify you at the $500 commission level. So what happens is on September 26th, when we actually start selling the $500 product with the $100 product, you're instantly qualified, not just for the $50 commissions down to unlimited depth on the $100 product, you're qualified for the combo commission, both products together, which we call our accelerator pack because it accelerates your income, 400% more, $200 to unlimited depth with no income cap. You're instantly qualified. And it gets even better, as they say in infomercial land, because if during this period you enroll two whole people at the $100 level, not only are you check match qualified at the $100 level, but you'll be instantly qualified at the $500 level check match, right? Because our software looks as if you had made the purchase. So it's a beautiful thing to be instantly qualified for $200 codes, $200 check matches, and not have $500 come out of pocket. Now, the more people that you get in now, favorite word, builds you, the bigger the team you have when on the 26th at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, when the shopping cart goes live for the 500 product, the bigger the team you have that's already instantly qualified to earn commissions, the more likelihood of commissions coming up to you, the more likelihood of you having a quick start with check matches. Because really, in all likelihood, if you enroll, a number of people, you'll probably make more money on check match than you will on code. Because they're exactly the same. It's a $200 code, $200 check match. So if you have 6 personals, right, that are earning just one code a day at $200, that's $1,200 a day. You're nearing $40,000 a month, US dollars, right, from a very small amount of business. And we'll turn now to the comp plan, but that's the whole essence of the comp plan. Make the most amount of money in the shortest period of time.
And guys,
put that money to work.
You've got to do it now. This is, how difficult is it to sell somebody on buy $100 products and get the $500 one thrown in for free?
Even I can do it.
Right, okay, so let's look at this. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this says you, okay? So this is you watching this video. That is you. So, okay, Stephen, let's do it. So you watching this goes out and recruits John as your first person. How much do I make?
Okay, so let's do this. Let me give a quick synopsis on the $100 product, and then the combo of the accelerator pack,
Yeah.
600.
Okay.
So, real quickly, just before we get into the exact numbers, and we're going to do that, the beauty of this compensation plan is when you, and it's just, we're just going to say, like, assuming everybody purchased the product, you don't have to, we don't qualify, but we'll get into that later. Assume everybody bought the product, right? We made this to be so simple. We took away, all the pin ranks, all the gotchas, the group volumes, the loop-de-loops, all these things. So it's a loop-de-loop. So in essence, what happens is when you join, you refer your first person, you earn your first commission, but more importantly, you're instantly qualified to be paid on unlimited depth. Unlimited means 10 levels, 100 levels, 1,000 levels, 10,000 levels. Doesn't matter how far business goes down. As long as business keeps going down and that business is coded to you, commissions keep coming up. Business goes down, commissions come up.
So just to be sure I heard you right, on my very first sale, I'm now qualified to earn commissions down to infinity.
In 200 countries with no income cap.
So one sale qualified. Awesome.
Now what happens?
Go on. Sorry.
Now what happens is, how much money do you want to leave on the table, Paul?
None.
None, and nobody does, right? So the way in our plan to not leave money on the table is to refer one more. And when you refer just one more, what happens is you're now, and I'm going to use this word constantly, instantly qualified to earn 100% check match on all of your personals. All includes any pass-up personals.
So
right?
With one, I'm qualified on limited levels, and with my second sale, I'm qualified for check match.
100% check match, not any check match. So what we didn't do to you is we didn't say, okay, we'll get 2, you're 25% check match. Get 3, you're 50. Get 4, you're 75. Get 6, and they get 6, you're 100. I didn't do any of that nonsense. It's simply for one more, you're 100% check match qualified. Now let's put that into a what if example. So what if the two people that you're now 100% check match qualified on, let's just say that each one is earning just on the $100 product, $150 commission a day. That's, unlimited depth they're going to earn in 200 countries. They're earning just one commission a day. So that's $50 each. 50 plus 50 is 100. That means you're earning $100 a day in check match. Now let's just say you're earning just one commission a day, $50, right? Pretty simple. No rocket science, small numbers, right? So each one of the three of you is earning one commission a day on average during the course of the month. Total that for the month in US dollars, that's $4,500. Right? That's a lot of money on a $100 business, right? For very little, for a very small number of transactions. And as they say in infomercial land here in the United States, but wait, it gets even better. But wait, it gets even better. Because, we're in a business, right, to create leverage. And so leverage is the key to making money in direct sales. So now what happens is, for everyone that gets in now and starts building their team now, on September 26th, Monday, they're instantly qualified for the accelerator pack commissions, which is $200 in code and $200 in check match. So let's use the same example, right? Nobody's a rocket scientist. Nobody's a superstar. You refer two people. On average, on the accelerator pack, each is earning one commission a day, and you're earning one commission a day. That's $400 a day in check match and $200 a day in code. Instead of $4,500 in a month, with the exact same amount of sales, you're going to be earning $18,000 a month in US dollars. Now, that's 400% more. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not the world's smartest guy, right? But for this exact same amount of work, would I rather make $18,000 or $4,500, right? So what's going to happen is that causes, not pressure, but it gives people a real reason right away to go, wait a second, I need to be either join at the accelerator pack or start at the 100 and get qualified at the next level as soon as possible. So,
or get in before the 26th.
Yeah. Okay. So now we've just made the case on why everybody, do accelerate packs. So let's go now and show people some specifics.
Okay, so I should jump hopefully on the big screen. So I start, I'm only in at the $100 level, okay? So, and John sees what I'm doing and he says, I want to get him involved, Paul. What do I make when John joins me?
$50.
Okay. Mary does the same thing. And she says, okay, Paul, I want to get involved. And she joins me. Now that qualifies me, like you've already said, to earn check match. But what do I earn from Mary?
Zero.
Zero, because it's a pass-up, guys. Now, normally, I've been in pass-up systems. Probably a lot of you watching this have. What do people think about pass-ups, Stephen?
Well, they love getting them, and they don't like giving them.
And that's where I get my team members on the phone crying, oh, she's going to be a superstar. Mary's going to be a superstar, and she passed up. So I'm trying to hold off recruiting. I'm trying to get somebody else in before I sign up Mary. Do I have to worry about that now with your compensation plan?
100% check match on all of your personals, including your pass-ups.
Including Mary. So I don't actually earn anything there, but I'm going to get a check match, and you'll see how that works in a minute. So my third person, I'm guessing I make $50.
Yes.
So even I can understand this. It's not rocket surgery. And then Peter's a pass up, nothing. Julie's mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sarah's a pass up, nothing. But then it's I get the next 4, and it's 1 in every 5 pass up. Yeah.
Right. It changes. We call 1 through 6. We call phase 1 to identify it.
Yeah.
And phase 2 is the 7th and on. So once you're 7th, keep 4, give up 1, keep 4, give up 1, right? And that's phase 2.
Why do I want to get 6 people in 30 days? Why is that the aim? Let's talk about that briefly.
Okay. So what I did was I said, well, gee, if we have no cap, right? We didn't say like refer one person and earn up to $100 a day. We could put all that kind of stuff in. We just said, look, we're gonna give you everything. There's no breakage to the company, right? So what I said was on phase 2, let's say you have anywhere from 1 to 6, and then you have a personal that gets to their 11th sale, which would be a pass up, right?
Yeah.
I think you're making so much money on 1 through 6 that you have to do a little bit more to earn phase 2 pass ups, right?
Yeah.
On your personals do. So in order to earn phase 2 pass up, you need 12 personals. But the but is, because we always give an incentive for quick action. If you get 6 personals on a product in your first 30 days, you're qualified for phase 2.
Forever?
Forever.
Forever.
There's no re-qualifying. Once you qualify, you're qualified with, there's one exception in the check match, which we'll cover, right? But you're qualified. Now, I'm not doing this just to, pick a number, right? Everything has a very specific purpose when I design a comp plan. And the purpose is the more people in your organization, including yourself, get to 6 in your 30 days. So what happens is, and I'm going to make all my income disclaimers. This is never going to happen in the real world, right? All that kind of stuff, right? But the way the comp plan is designed on the first 6, right? So we call it the standard 6. If you get 6 and they get 6 and they get 6, just in a $100 product, down 7 levels, we would pay you $163,000.
Nice.
Down 10 levels, we'd pay you $5 million. That's without a check match, right? That's assuming you sponsor one person who got 6 and they got 6 and they got 6, right? So the reason it isn't a direct benefit to the company, it's a benefit to you, because the more leverage you're getting, if everyone gets 6, it increases your income by 300% compounded per level down unlimited depth without ever stopping, right? So obviously, some people are going to get 0, some people are going to get 20, some people are going to get 3. We don't know. But we do everything in our power, right, to make it desirable for everybody to get 6.
Well, just so you guys know, me and Eric, we are working on ideas now to help people get their 1630, and we'll come up with campaigns around that, training around that. But that, we spoke to Stephen yesterday, and he mentioned, you know, this Get 1630 is kind of the ethos behind it all working. So me and Eric are going to do everything we can. We're going to give you all the tools, all the training, all the campaigns, everything you need to do it, we're going to give you. And if you need help, reach out and ask, because we want you to do this. It's good for us, right? So now we get into the second part of the comp plan. Sorry, did you want to say something? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
So I brought John in, and John is my first person. So let's talk about what happens when John goes and builds his business. John makes the first sale. What do I make?
That goes to John.
That goes to John, so I made nothing.
You make nothing.
Go, John. But I actually made...
It's not entirely true.
I was just going to say.
Because if you're 100% check match qualified, when John makes that first sale at $50 commission, you're going to get 100% check match on John.
So John makes his first sale, and he makes 50. Put that in small, because that's his. But guess what?
Right.
I've got my 2 sales. So I'm 100% check matched. So I make 50. Now, he makes his second sale. What does he make?
Goes to you. He makes 0.
He makes 0. I feel a bit sorry for John, but not for too long, because what do I make?
You make 50. That person, that's the second person, the code goes to you. So
passes up.
when that second person comes in, that 50 goes to you, and then whoever your sponsor is will get 100% check match on your $50 code.
So John sells his third person, Stephen. He makes
50.
What do I make?
50.
I'm liking this comp plan very much. And you guys get the idea. He gets his 4th. That's a pass up to me. I make 50.
And your sponsor makes a check match if qualified.
If qualified, but you only need 2 to qualify. Okay? So the 5th one, he makes 50. I get check match. I make 50. And that one's a pass up, so I make 50.
Right.
So
now the same thing is true, right?
Yeah.
If you know, John is doing just accelerator packs. So instead of 50, 50, 50, 50, it's 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, right? Because the way the plan is designed is the code and the check match are equal. So any combination, right?
Any combination. So that's just for clarity for people. Now, Mary was a pass-up.
Yes.
So what do I make when Mary gets her first person?
Well, Mary was a pass-up to you, right?
No,
you don't get any.
Mary was my second sale, and she passed to my sponsor.
You don't get any pass-ups. Remember, the check match stays with the original sponsor. That's important.
So do I make anything when Mary sells her number 1? Personally, no. I personally referred her.
If you did personally or did not?
I did, yeah. There.
If you personally referred her, you get $50.
So if she makes her first sale, I make $50.
Yeah.
She makes the second sale. What do I make?
Pass it to you.
No, she passed it to my sponsor, is my understanding. She was my second.
So I wrote the whole thing. I can get confused.
I recruited her personally.
Right.
So do I get 50?
Yes. No. You got me confused. I have to be.
Okay, she was my number 2. So she was
Mary's your number 2.
So I don't get code, but I'm qualified for check match.
Instead of saying the way you're saying it, let me say it the way that's simple for me to articulate. Is all, right? Everyone. So if you enroll Mary, and Mary is your 2 and she's a pass-up, right? Every time Mary earns a commission, a code commission, you earn an equal amount, 100% check match. This is very simple. Okay. So if Mary today earned, at the $100 product, if she earned 6 commissions that day at $50, she'd earn $300, and you get a $300 check match.
Okay, so she doesn't earn a commission on her number 2 because it's a pass-up.
Right.
I personally referred her. Do I get a check match? No, because she doesn't make a commission. She.
Go ahead.
So I personally referred her. She's my number 2, so she passed up, so I don't get the code. Now, she doesn't make a commission there because that sale passes up. Do I make anything?
You got me lost here again because it's a little early for me. That's okay. That's okay. See, here's the thing to understand, right? Because, you know, we can go in depth, right?
Yeah.
Right. But here's the important thing to recognize, right? Is the way the comp plan is designed, whether or not you understand the patterns going down is quite honestly insignificant, to tell you the truth, right? Because, you know, there's no left leg or right leg to balance. You don't have to have 4 golds to be a diamond, you know, none of this stuff. So when you go out and you get your 6 people, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is an ownership. So what we did, more specifically what I did, is in your back office, it's going to show you lifetime earnings, the amount of money that's due to you, right? Whether or not your check match qualify, right? And it's going to show you your income over the last 7 days, your daily pay in a chart, right? So what happens is, because quite frankly, you know, as you start getting down and down and down, right, it does become a little difficult for the brain to follow, right?
Yeah.
Right? But it doesn't really matter, because here's what matters, right? Is you know that on some legs you're going to get code on your first 6 and some you're not, but you're going to get 100% check match on everybody.
Yeah.
Right? On everybody, including your pass-ups. So if you have, in this example, 6 people.
Yeah.
And, you know, pick any combination, but let's just say of your 6 people, you know, on average per day, there's 10 $200 commissions.
Yeah.
That means you'd be earning $2,000 a day in check match, which is $60,000 a month, right? Now let's take that down, right? Let's say, you know, and I'm just going to stay with the $200 level right now. Let's just say on average, you're earning 1 code or 1 check match a day, either any combination, right? Doesn't matter, right? You're at $6,000 a month. You earn 2 a day, on average, code or check match, $12,000. 3 a day, $18,000. 4, 24, 5, 30, right? Now we pay daily, 14 days in arrear, right? But the number that seems to just hit home for me, right, as a marketer, right, is if I'm earning any combination of 3 commissions a day, whether I'm earning 3 check matches, 2 check matches, 1 code, 3 codes, 1 code, 2 check matches, right? More than likely, you would look at 2 or 3 check matches or 2 check matches and a code, right?
Yeah.
Because 3 commissions a day, $600 a day, which is $18,000 a month. Now, let's look at that versus, say, a traditional MLM comp plan. And I'm not knocking anything. It's just a contrast. You know, on average, it's pretty much accepted, and it varies from plan to plan. But on average, you're going to earn about $5 per person, right? In a traditional, you know, comp plan, right? So at $5 a person, to get to $18,000 a month, right, you're going to need about 3,500 people, roughly, off the top of my head.
Yeah. Now,
here, let's just talk about the cold, hard truth, right? I'm a bottom line guy. For most part-time people, 90-something% of them, they'll never grow an organization above 1,000 people, right? 3,000 people for most part-time people, right? You know, there's the superstars that no matter what, they're going to put 50,000 people. So if you go, wait a second, I have an opportunity with just earning 3 commissions a day to earn this kind of crazy money. Let's go down. Let's say it's 2 commissions a day, and a person on a part-time basis making $12,000 a month. Let's go down again. An average 1 to 6. I mean, where's anybody in any company anywhere on a part-time basis making $6,000 a month?
And most people can get free from their job. 3 to 5K is about right for most people to be able to quit their job. You know, get the household free as well, probably. Certainly at 6K, the average in America. So, and I get this. I get this. Okay. So Mary is personally qualified. Okay, she passed up, but I get check match. So she makes $50 there. So do I, because I get check match. She doesn't make any money there, so I don't, because there's no check match. She hasn't made any money. Third one is hers. Yeah. So she makes 50. I make 50 because it's a check match. That's right, isn't it?
Yes. Now, and the thing is, I want to keep saying, you know, when I was out in the field building organizations, I'd fly around the country doing the comp plan training, and I'd say, please raise your hand if you made money in networking, home-based business, right? And a lot of hands would go up. Now I'd say, keep your hands up if you really understood the comp plan. And 95% of the hands went down.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and that's why I designed this to just be, not to use the word, not to say people are dummies, but like, dummy proof, right? It's Forrest Gump simple, right?
Yeah.
It's like, so, because people want to know, what do I need to do to be set up for success? So what you need to do, you ready for our whole training? It takes about 10 seconds.
I've got my pen. Go.
Refer one, then refer just one more, and then refer 4 to complete your standard 6. We're done. You're trained. That's it. You're a comp plan guru master, Star Trek, whatever, right? That's it, right? Now, we give a huge incentive to have your first 6 in your first 30 days, right? However, if you don't get it in 30 days, if it takes a person 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's because that's the culture we're building, right? Now, one person, I was raised in New York, right? And if someone says something a little off to me, be prepared for a rebuttal. And what we say in our marketing is we're building a community of champions, right? And champions aren't here to be average. They're not here to do what average people do, right? So someone says, well, the average person in network marketing refers 2.7 people. I don't even know where that number came from because it's really not true. Because if you look at the average, it's really low, right? Who knows, right? But, we're not here to be average, and neither should you. You should not be here to be average, right? You should be here to, make more money than you ever have before, right? And in order to do that and set yourself up for success, just follow the plan. Refer one more, and then refer 4. Now, between what I've done and the millions of leads I've created with my marketing systems, now partner with you guys and your team and what you're doing, right? We have so many done-for-you systems, right? The presentations, how we explain, the company, and the comp plan. It's all done for people, right? You just got to get, interested eyeballs there, and then let us take over for you, right? It's not rocket scientists, right? But the key is, and what our real mission is as a company, is to help as many people around the globe as we can get to $1,000 a month or more, right, per month, right? Now, obviously, a lot of people do more than that, but if you look at, like, in the Philippines, where a really glorious meal costs $2, right?
Yeah.
$1,000 is a lot of money. There's 100 million people there that speak English. India, there's over 300 million people in the middle class, right? I mean, and so because we're global and we could touch people, now, of course, we want you to earn 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, and, whatever you want to shoot for, right? The challenge is when we start talking bigger numbers is most people, they haven't conditioned their mind, quite frankly, to accept that that's possible for them, right? But, and we're okay with that, right? So we just go, look, follow the plan. Refer one more, and then get 4. I mean, it's like, see Jane run Jane run. We can't make it any simpler. And we have no barrier to making a lot of money, right? So you show me a plan. I put out this challenge to people. And I've asked people like yourselves, I've asked programmers, I've asked other content writers. I say, show me a plan where you can refer one person, right, and get paid down unlimited depth with no income cap on a global business. Then show me a plan where you refer just one more, and you're qualified for 100% check match.
It's pretty good.
I haven't found it. So, our company is not like to follow the typical model, which is a lot of breakage, right?
Yeah.
So they put all these barriers in there, so their actual payout, isn't 60%, 70%, whatever they're trying. After all the breakage, they're actually paying out maybe 25%, 30%. Anyway, and as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that.
It's brilliant. And from our point of view, any compensation plan, generally it boils down to this. Refer people and help them refer people. And that's what me and Eric, I say we're quite good at it because it seems to work. We have found a niche where we can get the group going, we can give you the done for you, we can get Stephen on a call like this to go through the comp plan, we can do all that kind of good stuff, and it works. So all you need to do, we know what it's like. Some of you want to see this stuff. Eric and I, quite frankly, we just tend to go, okay, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. We kind of just tend to go. And that's what we're doing. Excuse me, that's my phone going. He's not calling.
And by the way, not to interrupt, but to interrupt, you know, we have a new comp plan video in production, and it should be ready by tomorrow.
Awesome.
And it's 11 minutes long. So what we've done is when we were updating our presentation system on the 26th with the release of the new $500 product. So what we've done is after a person puts in their information to view the presentation, there's a whopping 6-minute long presentation video. This is awesome.
Wow.
The comp plan video is the longest of all the videos. It's 11 minutes long, right? Because I have to paint the picture of, you know, okay, if you get 2 and they get 2, and then what happens at 100, what happens at 600, right? And then we show the pattern, the 2, 4, 6, right? That's 11 minutes long. We have a 6-minute video on our products, right? And then we also have on that same page all the written information on the products. Then we have a 6-minute video to cover our marketing system. That's it, right? So now the great thing about the way it's designed is after the 6-minute presentation video, you can watch the videos in order, or you can jump and say, I want to see the product video first, the marketing video, or this video. Additionally, and the last thing, and I'll end with this, is you'll see a tab, right? So it'll go, you know, overview, money, product, system, Google Hangout. Once a week, we're going to do a live Google Hangout. It's not a full presentation because it's already sitting in the video. It's going to supplement the full presentation, and it's going to have like all the testimonials of what's happening. You know, so like there's a gentleman that joined the other day, happens to be in your organization. In his first 48 hours, he has 30 personally referred to the purchase money now. 30, right? So it's pretty awesome. So what we're going to have the Google Hangout. It'll be live once a week, and then it'll be recorded for the next 6 days. And then, you know, so that'll be a way for us to keep up and going. And on the Google Hangout, what happens is we email all the prospects in the entire database every week, and the email looks like as if it came from you. Right? I said, hey, this is Paul, blah, blah, we got this great Google Hangout coming up with some cool testimonials or whatever, right? And it's going to go out to all the prospects in your team and in your downline and their downline and their downline forever. So awesome. I know we want to be short, you know, but we have so many great features in our marketing system to accelerate your income, right? Right? Because that's our whole premise. Our unique selling proposition is money now, money now, money now, now, right?
Now. And remember, we've done the $100. You make all those $200. It's a lot sweeter. But now is your period of now's the window, if you like, to really line up your leaders, like me and Eric are. So, Stephen, can't thank you enough. I've got to go because I've got people hounding me. Obviously, I've done something wrong. I've nothing comments beyond.
Since you're in England, I'll say toodaloo.
Toodaloo. We never say that. We say ta-ra.
Okay, well, if you're in New York, I'd say if you're in New York, I'd say, yo, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, or
you know?
maybe a swear word or two, and then the second one's off.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much, Stephen. I'll see you on the next one. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.